It's a Sugarshack. Sit back, relax, cause it's time for another podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Sugarshack podcast. My name is Bryce. I am your host. Today, we're sitting down with Joey Harkum and his homie, Corey. Right? I said
Corey Street. Yes, sir.
Corey?
Yeah.
I said Corey, and I looked at you, and I was like, fuck, did I forget his name already? Sorry.
It's actually Gary. No, it's
Gary.
Corey. Yeah.
Most people know him as James.
We were just talking, though, before we started. I do have a daughter. She's 4 years old. You have almost a 2-year-old?
Yeah, a year and 9 months.
A year and 9 months? Yeah.
I'm bad at if you count the months up, I always mess it up, so
Yeah.
year and 9 months.
I feel like you're doing better than me. I was like, she's almost 2.
But I always think, when he's 4, then he'll be my sidekick. Like, then we'll go everywhere.
Yes.
Right now he's he's just a little too unsturdy to really get down.
Dad mode kicked in for me at like 3.
3, yeah.
3, yeah. Like, and then, you have a little sidekick. And then it's fun. When kids are young, it's freaking stressful. When they're so little, you know what I mean? But as they get older, it's like, all right, you can do some things yourself, and it's fun,
Corey's got, how's
2 and 8.
2 and
2 and 8?
Yeah.
That's a big gap.
Yeah.
My bass player, Joe, his daughter is, Joe, how's Neve? 14 months.
Nice.
And one of the things that me and Joe talk about a lot, and that Joe had brought up, as far as being a new parent, is nobody warns you about how hard it is the first 3 months. Everybody talks about it's such a blessing, it's amazing, but they don't talk about it's fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
Until they get sturdy,
Yeah,
you're
but
not
you can't
sleeping,
break
man.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys were, but during that time, it's like our house was like a black den, just dark den. You know what I mean? Because it's nap time and all of that.
All
and
the time.
I was just first 2 weeks watching Star Wars movies, marathons.
We
and
did the
shit,
same
and-
thing.
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
The first 3 months when I had them, we watched every Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Every fucking
I've
movie.
watched Moana
Crazy.
probably 27 times.
Yeah, is Ella and Claudia still here? Moana, Encanto.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Encanto. Yeah. Anybody know anything about
Mine's
these?
crazy about cars.
Yeah.
Crazy about cars.
Cars? Yeah.
Loves cars.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And tractors and dump trucks.
What
no,
is
the
it?
movie cars. But yeah.
Oh,
he
but
does-
what
he
is
does
it about
anything
kids
with
that
wheels.
is dump truck? They're so excited about it.
I have no idea, but
Anyways,
they're
anyways,
cool. It's a
so
good
this is
place
cool.
to
We're all
lead, though,
parents,
'cause-
but so tell me a little bit more about your music project. Tell me about how you guys got started, how long you've been in the game. This is new for me. This is you guys are discovery artists for me, so I'd love to hear more about you.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. So basically, my old band was called Pasadena, and we toured with a lot of the guys who, especially from your page, who are kind of becoming the big names like Tropidelic, Bumpin' Uglies, Ballyhoo got us our first couple of shows on the road, opened up for Pacifier a bunch of times, and a lot of the other acts that you've had on here, we've toured with Treehouse, Higher Education, Oogie Wawa.
Sick.
When we were first going out to California, Kyle Smith would give us opening sets in Ventura and Folsom and stuff, where he's from, and we were like, whatever you call it, you're a soul skater when you're young. We were soul players, man. We didn't give a fuck about nothing. We just want to play music. And we were young enough to where we did everything wrong, so we were drunk all the time. We're just always doing the wrong thing. We didn't make any, we didn't keep any records of our ticket sales, nothing. So our old band, and if anybody else said this, I'd fight them, but we just did everything
Does
wrong.
it need to be
basically.
closer? You're
And,
just gonna have to get up on that thing. Talk. Thanks, Barrett.
And while it was some of the best times in my life to be in this, we were a dirty reggae rock band, fucking loved every minute of it, man. But then basically it got to a point where I was the only original member left. And it just wasn't the same vibe. And I was getting older. I just got married. We were thinking about having kids and stuff. And I just called it. And I was I'm just going to play acoustic music. And I had a decision I had to make in a very short amount of time. Basically, I had a van, trailer, a whole PA. This was back when we had to bring a PA with us because we weren't playing venues.
You're right.
And it was I could I could get rid of all that shit and buy like a little, like a Ford Transit Connect or something like that, and just be a folk singer. Or I can just buy a new fucking van and go for it. And essentially, I kind of met in the middle. I got like a high top van, but I got the medium size. And like, instead of getting a trailer, I got like one of those big cargo boxes on the back. And I was like, I'm gonna be like half of a halfway band. Like I'm gonna play like cool acoustic rock music.
I love it because I can actually stand up in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like the only member that can do that. But
You might be right.
I'm stretching. Yeah. Anyway.
I know
And,
you guys have like a hole. What's this? What do you call it in the van? Jesse was telling me about this. What is this? The van? You were asleep. The hole.
Oh, Corey's seat. Oh no,
The
yeah. So
fountain, yeah.
no, the
That's
bottom.
the what?
Corey's seat's
The
called.
duck
Corey's nickname is Ducky.
Ducky.
Corey's my original not original drummer, but he's my drummer from Pasadena in the bad old days.
Okay, gotcha.
And we were lucky enough to get Corey back very recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Come on.
7 months I've been back with him.
Nice.
So he toured for 10 years, but he's the new guy because he's been here 7 months.
And I was gone for a few years too, so
Sure.
with the kids, you know.
Yeah, Corey was the first one to have kids. So obviously, like when you're a young, struggling band, you have to prioritize very quickly when that happens. And,
Sure.
we all resented him for it, but we got over it.
You're back.
I'm
it's
back.
all good.
And I'm at Sugarshack, so you
Yeah.
know.
How dare you?
good.
How dare you provide for your family, you bastard?
Yeah.
But when the band ended was end of 2016, so 2017, I had met Charlie, my guitar player, was filling in for bass in Jersey for one of our friend bands that were opening up our show. And then we did a singer-songwriter night where he played guitar, and Charlie has his own band called Kavusi. They're absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
and
cool.
they play East Coast, like they play a lot, they tour. And I had asked Charlie to play bass for me, and I had one of the newer members of Pasadena playing guitar, and then a drummer, Jay D'Annunzio, who played in a couple bands that I toured with before, but was also in Charlie's band. And we had our last Pasadena show at Baltimore Soundstage, which was like my favorite venue in the world, at home. And the next day, we started a 4-week nationwide tour with my band in Raleigh, North
Nice.
Carolina.
The next day.
Wow.
And I think me and Charlie had probably, where's Charlie? Oh, yeah. We probably had been in the same room as each other maybe 3 or 4 times. And we just went for it, man. And it was like this fucking intense, like humbling experience. Like I lost a ton of money, but we had so much fun. We like played the entire country, and like my booking agent at the time, who I adore, was really selling me, man. I was playing some like fucking big rooms, and like we played Sam's Burger Joint in in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Which is like this beautiful theater, man. Like it's fucking gorgeous, and like 3 people showed up.
Damn.
It's like, we had like a $500 guarantee, which
Dude,
for me
that's
was like
the
large,
worst.
I was like,
That's painful, man.
I'm like
That's hard.
apologizing on the way out. I'm like, sorry guys. It's like, we'll sell it out one day. But that's how it started, man. Just like balls to the wall. We're like, it was either like keep doing something that didn't feel right or just go after something new. And me and Brandon from Bumpin' Uglies, who's a big advocate for my music. I always call him when I have like those kind of career moves I want to make, and I always give his opinion because I really appreciate it. And we talked about it a little bit, and I think he was kind of like, he couldn't give me like a yes or a no. He was like, he's like, I don't know, man. Like, our Spotify numbers at Pasadena are substantially more than mine. So like if a promoter was looking at Pasadena Spotify versus Joey Harkum's, he wouldn't pick me, And we just went for it, man. And it was like 2017. We went on that first tour, and we're just hitting it hard, man, until about the pandemic. And like anything else, all these guys that come through here that are crushing now.
Yeah.
They all got 15 years under their belt. So for me and I'm 30, I'll be 38 next month.
Nice. Happy early
to be like an
birthday,
older
bro.
person trying to do things that young people do, like start a career in music, which is probably the most foolish thing you could ever set out to do, to be honest. But
Hey, but I mean, we see a lot of people doing that. They're later in life and they are crushing it right now, and it's not too late, you know.
I don't think so, especially with the kind of music we play.
Yeah.
Like everything that I talk about, for the most part, is like one of the 6 emotions, or if that makes sense, that we all go through.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of timeless. We got young people at our shows and old people at our shows, and I think the kind of music I write, especially like Americana, like singer-songwriter stuff, doesn't really have an end date, but my back and my knees, kind of do.
Like
So
we
it's
played like the Baltimore Soundstage show. Like a girl shows up, shows him a picture of him holding a baby, and he's like, "Oh, who is that?" And she's like, "Oh, that's me."
Wow,
So
man.
it's like,
Whoa.
like he is like timeless, and I
That's
think
awesome.
Yeah, we got people's
You
kids coming out to
You
shows.
mentioned you were from Baltimore. We were just there at Rise Up. That was my first time in Baltimore.
I know. I was so mad I couldn't go.
Crazy fucking city, huh? It's
Yeah.
it's cool though. We
Absolutely
were
beautiful.
zooming around on scooters and getting into all sorts of trouble. We were
Baltimore's cool, man. We live.
hooligans. We were hooliganing.
I'm my town that I grew up in is 20 minutes from like South Baltimore proper. Like I could walk to the city line from my house.
Gotcha.
So we started in Baltimore,
Yeah.
and we started in Southwest Baltimore, which is like nowadays I think a little different, but back when we started out, it was kind of rough, man. Like, it was like
What? Like what?
in every way, man. It's just like it's a real blue collar town.
Yeah.
It's a party town. It's a town that has very specific neighborhood lines, And for us to be playing music in the city, being county boys, we were met with a lot of animosity in some places,
Yeah.
And I think, though, that made us kind of have the work ethic that we have with music, because I was nervous to come here and play. I'm not gonna lie, and I told all you guys, but normally when we come in with our chest puffed up, because we're like
You've
what,
been through some shit.
what
Yeah.
is it, motherfucker? Let's go, we're here. So I think that just being in a band from the Baltimore area really kind of gives me a mental leg up when it comes
Thick
to touring,
skin.
because
Yeah.
it is a rough city to start out, and that's why a lot of bands pass it. People go from DC to Philly.
Yeah.
A lot of bands don't go to
Interesting.
Baltimore.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And especially when we were,
because it's harder to get into the scene there.
yeah. And there's a lot of cities like that. But luckily for us, that's how we met a lot of guys, because we had Baltimore on lock. So, that's how we met Tropidelic, because they were playing Cleveland, so we show swapped. That's how we met Downtown Brown from Detroit, who just had their last show, sadly, man, but I heard they fucking ripped it up. It's awesome.
Wow.
Bands like the Bastard Sons from Atlanta, Groove Stain from here in Florida, who are long gone. Eric, rest in peace. But we had just a network of guys, Oogie Wawa from Long Island, who played here, that we could play all over the place, because we would swap shows. So we'd give them the best time in Baltimore, and then every time we went to a city where our boys are from, we're playing for a packed house.
Yeah.
And that was like an accelerated thing for your fan base, because you're going to show up in Long Island for a packed house, in a club,
Yeah.
because you're playing with your boys.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I think Baltimore being a hard city for everybody else and easy for us just by proximity,
yeah.
really helped us out in the early days.
Yeah.
Dope.
Am I trailing? I don't know what I'm doing.
You're good. How'd y'all meet? How did the two of y'all meet? Because you have history, right?
So I played in a band that would basically open for Pasadena eons ago, and we hung out, and everybody hung out, and I heard they needed a drummer, so I went to a show in Columbia, Maryland, and basically strong-armed my way in, kind of like like I'm sitting here right now, but strong-armed my way in, and we had the best time, and ever since it was just we connected a certain way that I think is not normal. So
Yeah.
you know, I've played with other bands since leaving. You know, with the kids. You know, I still played, but Joey Harkum, these guys. I mean, they just.
It's interesting, and I feel like that's important. Like drummer and songwriter lead relationship is really important. Like there has to be a lot of connection.
Yeah,
there.
Especially, you know, Joey Harkum, he does a lot of feel, you
Yeah.
know. It's not like time, it's feel. So you gotta
Learn that and
understand,
know that.
you
Yeah.
know, how he's playing and
Facts.
turn him up in the monitor, you know.
So what do you guys have going on right now? I mean, you're touring right
He's
now?
a fucking dickhead.
No,
He's
that
telling
was
every
fun.
story.
That
wrong.
was fun. That was fun.
The best is right before one of these songs that Joey did. Corey walks up, he's like, "You're not gonna play it like that, are you?" It's like, fuck
Yeah.
you,
Oh
bro.
man, poor Joe, man. Our bass player's name is Joe. Also,
Nice.
fucking every time he's around, poor Joe's missing a shoe or something like that, and he's looking for it all over whatever floor we're crashing on. He can't find a shoe nowhere, and we're all thinking it. We're like, God damn it, Corey hit his shit again.
And do you normally?
There's been
Are
a few
you that-
times I hit his shoe.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There's been a few times. Yeah.
I've
I didn't
to
do
get
that.
back to the drum with Corey drumming, man. Like we grew up musically together, and we were young when we met. We were, I mean,
I mean, we were teenagers, basically. Like, you know, late teens, I would say.
Yeah.
And
we used to play like the local radio station had like noise in the basement where like the kids who come out
Right.
and play, you know, it's like a big
Sonar.
thing. Yeah, Sonar Baltimore is long gone.
That's
but
cool.
We were probably,
Yeah, so I mean that's got to
So we knew
attribute
each
to
oth-
some of your connection now.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
known each other so long,
and
you're
I've
able to read each
had
other.
several great drummers since I started this band, but you know, we're thick as thieves. So Corey was at a family party of mine. We were doing something. I forget. It was like, was it my kid's first birthday or something?
we were just having a family day.
Something. We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're sitting there drinking in my garage, and I was talking. I was like, man, dude, every time I'm on the road, I miss being on the road with you. He's like, well, let's go.
Nice.
You know, and Corey works. You know, we just do music full time, but Corey is in the elevator union at home, so it's a pretty important job. And he, you know, I didn't think he'd be able to get out for nothing. And
Wow.
and he's, you know,
They
somehow,
try to tell me, oh, you can't go. I'm like, I'm going. I am going.
So yeah, so we ended up being able to have Corey back in the band, which is a massive deal because we are like in sync like that. And the new songs that we're writing are ultimately going to be, especially in the way my career is going right now. And I say career very loosely because,
I
you know,
understand. Yeah, but you got to say that
But,
because it's like, what else?
you know,
what else
I
are you
take it
doing?
very
Yeah.
seriously. Like we tour everywhere. I mean, I even during the pandemic, I did the whole country, you know, during the pandemic, and it is like it's not laughable to say, but you know, you kind of like if you chase a dream for so long, I think most people would have gave up by now. But I'm too stubborn, I think. So to have one of my key ingredients in me growing up back, and then also Charlie and Joe are probably the most talented people I've ever worked with in my life. To have like this team behind me,
100%.
especially when like, you know, I'm about 5 years in on doing the solo thing, and I lost 2 with the pandemic.
Right.
So to be at this stage, things are starting to pick up. I mean, like the fact that we're here
Yeah.
is blowing my fucking mind, man. Like it's just amazing. Like
How has your time at Sugarshack been, by the way?
bucket list, man. Like I'm gonna be forever a memory for me, and like you guys have all been so nice. It's just insane, man.
I'm pretty sure I've told each of you personally, but like for the podcast purposes, like this has just been the most organic, like comfortable recording ever. And you know you're doing something that's important, and you guys make it so easy and just comfortable, really. I mean,
Awesome.
so yeah, this has
That's what
been
it's all
beautiful.
about.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sugarshack Sessions.
shout out to
Yes,
Sugarshack.
boys. Yes, boys.
Yeah.
as soon as I got here, I was looking for this.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, "Where's the nomad?"
There was
Yeah.
no Yo at. I know.
Need the
It's gotten
gnome.
broken up a little bit, put back together a few
It looks
times.
good though. You get whoever
You guys did a
glued him
beautiful-
back together
yeah.
did a good job.
You guys
Vintage.
got that back together really well.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
we had a homie
thought
that we
somebody
know
stole
in
him.
town. No,
I thought
he's
I
never
heard a
been
story
stolen,
about
right? No. Really?
I think I heard there's a rumor going around that somebody stole him one time. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a
It's false.
urban
It's fake
legend.
news.
That's,
The-
that's,
the
how
news.
that's how big y'all are. You got
The
urban
Sugarshack
legends.
urban legend.
Yeah.
Where is the gnome? It's gone.
Yeah, nothing ever major.
Really, it's cool, man. I'm pretty sure, and I honestly thought you guys were doing this a lot longer than you have been. Not that you haven't. You've been doing it 9 years, you said. Because
about.
when we used to play down Florida all the time, and we had one in the book. I mean, if you guys only been around 9 years, it must have been 9 years ago. Like, it was so long ago. And I remember how cool it was. I think it was like, it must have been whatever year. I forget. There was some band. It wasn't one of my friends. It was somebody. And I was like, we need to do that. So I hit up my booking agent. I was like, we need to do that, like, for sure. And I'm pretty sure the van broke down in, like, outside of Savannah. It was some tour we were doing, and we had to, like, retreat, you know, back home. And I just always thought I missed the bus on it because it's such a massive thing now, you know.
No,
you have, like,
came back,
Grammy
you had a
Award-winning
great time
artists
when
coming here, and,
yeah.
like, you know, you did fucking Dawes. I'm like
I
they're
mean-
never going to invite my ass over here.
We hit a little bit of
You
traffic.
came highly recommended.
That's
Came
what I
highly
hear, man.
recommended.
I tell you what, I'm so lucky in that way because I've had the pleasure to kind of know a lot of the guys in this circuit and tour with them back in the day. And like, I'm always like, you see me opening up for like some of these bands, and it's because we got so much history, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we came here, like I was talking about Pasadena, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, you were in Pasadena?" I was like, "Yes, that's awesome." Like I don't want people to know me from that. I want them to know like this new stuff I'm doing. But to have the help from those guys, I think ultimately probably got me on your radar to be here because I've been opening up for like Bump Rogers and Trop and a couple other guys, you know, that have been here have always extended like an olive branch. Like I'm always bugging the guys, man. Like I hit up Jackson from Elevators,
Nice.
texted him. I was like, bro, getting my calendar together for 2023. What's up? Can I open up?
Yeah, no,
Me and
He's like,
Brandon,
that'll be dope.
me and Brandon are really good buddies.
it's awesome.
So Brandon,
Nice. Well, so you guys are on tour right now. You're writing new
gonna-
music. What are you?
He invited himself on this couch.
I was gonna say something, but yeah, I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do a podcast, and then I was like, you know what? I look at me and Joey. I can't like Taylor Hawkins, Dave Grohl, or some shit. Like I feel like we've done so much shit together
Yeah.
that it's like I was like,
I'm Taylor Hawkins.
but I thought there was like a podcast room. So I didn't realize we had to reset up, and then I started feeling really bad about it. And then the rest of the band sitting here like eyeing me up, so I can't look in this direction, you know. But yeah, it's been fun. I
Nice.
appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah.
We're listening to Dave Grohl's memoir right now on audiobook in the van, and it's fucking amazing, just insane. I'm big on podcasts. Like they always give me shit in the car. Like, are we gonna like listen to murder podcast or ride in silence today? I'm like, we'll see how it goes. You know, if I get tired, we'll probably put on murder. But
Nice.
I'll be driving up like, who's ready for murder? And I like hit the button. It's like Sword and Scale, like the worst fucking true crime podcast ever.
Damn, I can't.
When
do
Joey
this.
drives, though, it's honestly the best time to sleep because
Yeah.
a lot of
To
times
go
it
into
is
the
in
hole.
silence.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the.
Oh
whole-
yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
the whole, yeah,
The whole-
So the back of the bus is essentially when we first started with the van build. I was doing a lot of acoustic stuff, or me and Joe were going out duo. A lot of the tours that we do, the long tours are duo. So all the gear will ride under the bed. I got a big bed. You know, you've seen like the van life stuff.
Yeah.
I have like the hillbilly version of that. So it's like an inverter and like a bed, and all the gear will go in the bottom of the bed. But then I bought a trailer when we started doing band stuff. So it's just like this big open area down there. So I just put another mattress down there, and it's basically like
The hole.
it's like this
It's like a second. It's like a
very
makeshift
very
bunk
dark
bed.
space with like a little bit of foam at the bottom of it.
It's only like 14 inches to get in or out. So like when you're coming out, and
Yeah.
you're just waking up, you're like,
crawling out of it.
emerging.
Yeah.
You gotta go
Out
between
of
the,
this
the
hole.
break in the seats.
yeah.
I remember Choppadelic, their old vehicle, they had a similar situation. And when Rex joined the band as drummer, they put him in the hole. It was like the basement, you know? And so when I built it, I was like, it seems like somewhere a drummer would sleep. It's fine.
Well, listen, we want to thank y'all so much. Anything you want to let fans know? I mean, session was awesome. What you got on the horizon?
I have a song coming out called Hold On,
Cool.
featuring Brandon Hardesty from Bubba and Uglies on the 26th of this month, August 26th. Very excited about it. And then on August 30th, me and Joe are leaving for a 3-week tour in the UK and Germany and Belgium.
Oh, nice.
We're going to be out there just stinking up
Playing
the place,
some
playing
music.
folk music. It's going to be great. And then in November, I'm going to be on tour with Bumpin' Uglies and Tunnel Vision, opening up their Florida leg of the tour. So I'll be out
cool.
on the West Coast playing, I believe, Janice Live. And there might be one other date off the top of my head. I'm not sure. Maybe, I can't remember the name of the date.
All
I
good.
can't remember the name of the city, but somewhere south around here, I think.
Nice.
Other than that, just I have like a decade's worth of music online, man, and I'm trying to share it. So Joey Harkum is the name, Harkum. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere, all the socials. So
Give it a listen. Give it a follow.
yeah, give us a listen. Follow me to find our tour dates. And a special thank you to our wonderful audience who let us come play for them today. I appreciate it very much.
Thank
Hell yeah.
y'all
Thank
so
you.
much. And with that, that's a wrap on Sugarshack Podcast. Thank y'all.
Shack, sit back, relax, cause it's time for another
That's a
podcast.
wrap. Thank y'all.
Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright.
A muffaletta and a beer
Everything's
on
alright. Sugar Shack, baby. Yeah.